Hey WealthWalk family. I just spent the last 3 hours exploring a money-making opportunity through surveys on a platform called Survey Junkie. In this video, we'll determine if it's actually worth your time. I'm your host, and my mission is to help you discover legitimate ways to earn money through various side hustles. Why now and why consider Survey Junkie now? Let's talk about why Survey Junkie deserves our attention right now. Through my YouTube analytics, I can see what our community is actively searching for, and Survey Junkie has incredible search volume. But it's not just on YouTube. Looking at Google Trends across the United States, searches for Survey Junkie are at an all-time high. The platform has seen a significant surge in popularity, especially during these times when more people are looking for ways to earn from home. What's particularly interesting is that Survey Junkie has maintained consistent growth, while many other survey platforms have seen declining interest. This suggests there might be something special about their approach that keeps users coming back. So can you earn legitimate money taking these surveys? While I've tested numerous survey platforms, Survey Junkie stands out as one of the biggest, which is why we're focusing on it today. The platform claims to have paid out millions to its users, and unlike some sketchy survey sites, they're completely transparent about their payment system and terms of service. That's why I decided to put it to the test personally. My goal was to see if I could earn at least $15 per hour. That's our minimum benchmark. Ideally, we aim for $20 to $25 per hour here on WealthWalk, as that's what makes a side hustle truly worth your time. These numbers aren't just random targets. They're based on what I believe is a fair return on your valuable time in today's economy. Self-rules. For this test, I set 2 simple rules. Complete a solid 3 hours of surveys and provide honest, thoughtful answers. No rushing or random responses. This gives us the most accurate picture of what you can really earn. I specifically chose a 3-hour window because it's long enough to get past the initial setup phase and experience what a typical survey session feels like. Plus, many of our WealthWalk community members have mentioned they have about 2 to 3 hours free each day for side hustles. So this time frame reflects a realistic investment you might make. I also wanted to approach this exactly how you would. No special tricks or shortcuts. Just honest participation to show you the genuine earning potential. Getting started. Profile setup and points. First step is setting up your profile. Be completely honest here. My research shows that Survey Junkie matches surveys based on your profile details. You'll input basic information about earnings, demographics, age, gender, and education level. Fair warning, you'll see these questions repeatedly throughout your survey journey. Completing your profile earns you 10 points. Now, I noticed something interesting during my research. Users who take time to fill out their profiles completely tend to get matched with higher paying surveys. It's like the platform rewards thoroughness. Also, if you're wondering why they ask for such detailed information, it's because companies are looking for very specific demographics for their market research. Being honest about who you are actually increases your chances of qualifying for surveys that match your profile perfectly. How Survey Junkie works. The concept is straightforward. Complete surveys to earn points, then convert those points into rewards like gift cards or cash. 100 points equals $1, so keep that in mind as we go through this experience. Home screen, offered surveys. After setting up my profile, I accessed the home screen showing available surveys. Pay attention to this part. It shows points versus time invested. For example, 60 points for 12 minutes or 365 points for 15 minutes. Here's a pro tip. Look at the colored diamonds. Green or aqua diamonds mean you're more likely to qualify. Orange or red diamonds indicate more selective surveys, which is why they often offer more points. How many surveys will you qualify for? Survey Junkie is upfront about this. You'll qualify for approximately 1 out of 5 surveys. From my 3-hour experience, this proved pretty accurate. You'll have better luck with green diamond surveys than the harder to qualify red ones. What I found particularly interesting is that certain times of day seem to have better qualification rates. Early mornings and weekday afternoons tend to have more accessible surveys, likely because that's when market research companies upload new opportunities. I also noticed that surveys about technology and consumer goods had higher qualification rates than those about specialized industries or financial products. Taking surveys. Get ready for repetition. You'll frequently answer questions about your age, gender, location, education, household income, family size, and occupation. These qualification questions appear before almost every survey. Here's a productivity tip I discovered. Keep a note on your phone with your common answers like income range and occupation category. This helps maintain consistency and speeds up the qualification process. I also found that surveys about recent purchases or shopping habits tend to be longer but pay better, while opinion-based surveys are quicker but offer fewer points. What happens when you don't qualify? If you don't match what researchers are looking for, you'll get a message saying you didn't qualify. The good news, you still earn 3 points just for trying. It's not much, but it adds up. During my 3-hour session, I got disqualified from about 15 surveys, but still earned 45 points just from these attempts. That's equivalent to 45 cents. Not impressive, but remember, this is passive earnings from surveys you didn't even complete. I also noticed that Survey Junkie seems to learn from your disqualifications and gradually shows you more relevant surveys, which slightly improves your qualification rate over time. Survey example. Let me walk you through a typical survey experience. You'll start with qualifier questions like birth year and self-description. Here's something crucial. Don't rush through thinking you can select random answers. They include verification questions to ensure you're paying attention. Validation questions. Throughout surveys, you'll encounter attention checks. For example, select a non-living object, or choose the option that's not a primary color. I even had one that played animal sounds and asked me to identify them. Another asked me to remember my favorite image and select it again later. These attention checks are getting more sophisticated. During my testing, I encountered mathematical problems, memory tests, and even pattern recognition challenges. The platform is clearly investing in ways to ensure quality responses. Here's a helpful tip from my experience. Treat every question as if it could be an attention check, because they're often disguised as regular survey questions. Disqualified from surveys because of this. I actually got disqualified once for moving too quickly. The platform wants honest, consistent answers at a reasonable pace. Remember those repeated qualification questions. Your answers need to match every time. Consistency is key. From my detailed observation, Survey Junkie seems to have a hidden timer system that tracks your response patterns. If you're answering questions faster than what would be reasonably possible to read and comprehend them, you'll likely get flagged. I found that maintaining a steady pace of about 8 to 12 seconds per question helped me avoid any speed-related disqualifications. It's better to take your time and earn the points than rush and lose the opportunity completely. Earning points from surveys. As I completed surveys, points accumulated. Some surveys delivered as promised, while others took longer than indicated. The qualification rate matched their 1 in 5 estimate, with plenty of didn't qualify messages between successful completions. What it's really like taking surveys. Let me be completely honest with the WealthWalk community. I've tested countless side hustles since 2015, including nearly every survey platform out there. While some platforms like user testing and respondent are decent, traditional survey sites can be incredibly monotonous. You'll repeatedly rank brands, share opinions, and rate statements on scales, redeeming points for money and more. The minimum redemption is 500 points, equal to $5. You can choose between PayPal transfers, bank deposits, or gift cards. The redemption process is straightforward, but reaching that minimum takes time. How much I made. After 3 hours of dedicated survey taking, completing 32 prompts including survey medleys, profile setups, and failed qualification attempts, I earned 603 points. That's $6.03. Are survey platforms worth it? Based on this 2024 refresh of my Survey Junkie experience, I have to be honest with our WealthWalk family. Most point-based survey platforms aren't worth your time. You can earn much more through other side hustles we've covered on this channel. If you found this analysis helpful and appreciate me spending 3 hours testing this so you don't have to, please hit that like button and subscribe to WealthWalk. Drop a comment below sharing your own survey platform experiences. I'd love to hear if you found ways to make them more profitable. For more money-making opportunities that actually deliver worthwhile returns, check out our recommended video on the screen now. Thanks for walking toward wealth with me, and I'll see you in the next video.